117, where we are looking at use proportional relationship to solve percentage error. Now the question here says, Doug estimates his soccer team will win 7 games this year. The team actually wins 10 games. What is the percentage error of Doug's estimate? Round the answer to nearest 10th percent. So few things we need to underline here. We can see the word estimate. That's very important word. And we see this one here. This is what is estimated, 7 games, right? And the actual win was, so again, and the word actual, very important. The actual win was 10 games, right? So what are they looking for here? They're looking for a percent error, okay? So now we know that once you hear the percent error, think about things like this. Okay, there's a percent. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to say, first let's write a formula down for percent error. Percent error is equal to amount error. We're going to talk about how to find all these things. Amount error all over actual amount. So this is your formula, actual amount. Okay, actual amount. So this is our formula, and you multiply everything by 100 because we want to find the percentage. Okay, so first, now let's try to write down the variables or put down the data that we have. So we know how much was estimated. So we want to find the percent error. So to find the percent error, or rather the amount error, let's find the amount error first. So we need to find the amount error. So how do you do that? You will then say your actual minus your estimate. So that's what you'll have to do. So we know the actual was 10. It was 10. Actual is 10. I want to write it properly. It's 10 minus the estimate. The estimate, remember, this is the estimate here. It's 7. So 10 minus 7 will then equal to 3. So now we can plug in, put this here on our formula. So we know now what is the amount error. Okay, amount error is 3. So I'm going to say here 3 all over the actual amount. The actual amount, we know it's 10. This is the one here, 10. So all over 10, and you multiply everything by 100. You multiply everything by 100. Okay. So you multiply everything by 100. This is my 100. So what we can do here, we can cancel off whatever we don't like. Remember the zeros. So this 0 can cancel off with this 0 here. So that's out of the way. Now we can just do our simple math. 3 times 1 is 3, and then you bring down the 0 here. So you have 3, 0. And therefore, your percent error is 30%. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's move on to, and as I've said before, I'm not going to be doing all the questions. So I'll be scanning some of the questions because they are almost the same thing. So all these questions here, they're covering the percent error. So you do exactly the same thing. So we're going to move down to something different, and which is this one here. Now we'll go to how to use order of operations. Okay, that's what we're going to do now. So we can see here, it says evaluate. It says evaluate each expression, right? If A is equal to minus 2, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to minus 12, and D is equal to minus 4. And they've given you this equation here. So now let's start. So we know that our B is 3. This is our B. So where there is B, I'm going to put 3. And I'm going to use brackets for cos. Bracket means cos, or rather bracket means multiplication. That's what I wanted to say. Yes. So brackets or cos, this means multiplication. So our D is minus 4. So here is minus 4. And we have this plus. I'm putting this plus here. And C is equal to minus 12. Right. So I like to put brackets if I'm going to have say some signs following each other. So I'm putting that. But again, all of this, there's an all over. So there's a division sign just for over next to BD or below BD. So our A is minus 2. So I'm going to write here minus 2. And then we can start. Remember the order of operation. Okay. So we're going to start with parentheses. Okay. So with parentheses, we're going to start 3 times 4 will give us 12. And negative times positive will give us negative, divided by negative 2. Remember, we said it's plus. Okay. And now you are going to, so we have minus 12 here. We're going to start with division because with the order of operation, we start with division, right? And subtraction is your last thing that you do. So how many 2's you find in 12? There are 6. And negative divided by negative is positive. So we're going to put positive here. And we have a plus. Remember, we have this minus 12 here. So now, something interesting here. The signs now are not the same. We have a positive and a negative. So I'm referring to these. This is what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the sign here and this sign here. So you can see here is positive. If there is no number, it means it's positive, and we have a negative there. So this now, we can use this rule. When the sign are not the same, we look for a sign of a bigger number, which is minus 12. We put minus outside. Then we separate, and then we minus. So we will have 12 subtract 6 or minus 6. the answer here will be 6. But because 12 is a bigger number with a negative sign, which this negative sign outside will attach the negative sign here. And that's it. So those are your steps. Okay, remember this is just to represent the bracket. I don't know what happened to it. Yes, there's a bracket. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm trying to look at, I think I will do number 9 for you there, because number 9 is different. I think number 8, I will leave it to you to do it, because it's the same thing, almost the same as the one which I just did. Let's see. Quickly, let's do this one here. So for D it's minus 4 minus 4 all to the power 3 divided by our A is minus 2, everything to the power 2, and we're going to minus this minus here. I'm going to put it here, minus, and then I put my cos again, and my C is minus 12, and plus this plus here, and where is B? B is 3. Okay, and then you close bracket. Now we can start to work. We know that 4 to the power, remember, we always start with parentheses, okay? We always start with parentheses when we are doing order of operations, okay? So let's start. So now we're looking for minus 4 to the power 3. So we want to see how best can we do that one, okay? So what we're going to do here, we're going to say, I'm gonna come down here so then you can see. So now I'm using this, I'm gonna try to use this space here down here. Remember, I'm still doing number 9. So we have minus 4 times minus 4, because it means that there are 3 minus 4s here, right? All over minus 2, there are 2 minus 2, minus 2. Okay, then you have your minus 12 plus 3. Okay, so again, we are starting with okay. So what is 4 times 4? So 4 times 4 is 16, right? So now we are going to look at, we have 4 times 4, which is 16. Just going to do it here so that you don't get confused. So this 4 times 4 is 16, and we multiply it with another 4. Okay, so now 16 times 4 will give you 64, right? You can also expand this. I've already showed you in the previous examples how to expand, so I will not spend a lot of time, guys, expanding, showing you how to expand. We've already spoke about it here in the previous videos. So if you want to learn more how to expand, check on those videos, right? So we've got 64. 64. So negative times negative, it will be positive, and zone is negative, this 4. So negative times positive will give us something like this, negative 64. Okay, all over negative times negative will give us positive. You don't have to write positive, but I just want to be clear. And then 2 times 2 will give us 4. And now we have this negative outside. There, inside, when the signs are not the same, we subtract and we take a sign of a bigger number. All right, I'm talking about this one here. So what is minus 12 plus 3? So in other words, this means 12 minus 3. So we have something like this, actually. We have something like this. I'm going to quickly show you so that you remember. So I want to do this inside. So we have this another bracket here, which is 12 minus 3, because those signs are not the same. All right. So now I'm keeping this minus here. So this means that now I have, what is 12 minus 3 will give us 9. Remember, this sign here outside, it's negative, so I'm having now negative 9. Okay, simply by saying 12 minus 3. And now we need to look at 64 minus 64 divided by 4 will give us 16, right? So again, I've been doing expansion method on how to do division, guys, right? So today I'm not going to be showing you expansion method. You can check on the previous videos. So this is 16. Now negative and positive will give us negative. So we have negative 16. Now the signs now have changed. No, well, I have this negative here. Remember this rule, keep, change. Just want to make sure that we don't disturb the other one here from that answer. So here we can use the rule, keep, change, flip, right? We can use that rule there. All right, let's do that. So the rule is, especially for this part here, where minus 16, when you see this negative or subtraction, it means you must now use that rule, keep, this K for keep, change, this F for flip, right? So I'm gonna keep 16, which is minus 16, and then I will change this this negative now to be positive. Then I will flip minus 9. When I say flip, it means that I need the opposite or an inverse. So this is no longer minus, it now will be plus. Now, what is noticeable here is that now I'm having a new rule again, all right? Because of this plus. Now, the signs are not the same again, negative plus 9. So I'm going to apply this rule here, look for a number which is bigger. So in this case, 16 is a bigger number, and it has minus, so the minus will be outside. Now I have 16 minus 9. So now with 16 minus 9, that's now is going to give us our answer right there. So which is going to be, I would write here. So I can say yeah, equal to, so that you can see where we are, right? So 16 minus 9 will give us 7. But now do not forget this negative here outside. So this is minus 7, right? So this is our final answer. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. And now we're going to move on to the next one. We are having something again. It goes to what I just said to you. For all those similar topics, I'm not gonna repeat them, guys. I will just skip these. You just here you just evaluate each person by substituting. You see, where there's M, you put those numbers there on top. Right? Now something different here, which is now your rational numbers. this is on module 4 actually. So we're going to go straight to module 4 just to remind you on what we're supposed to do here. Some few rules which I want to remind you.